everybody on my own side of the street
Lost their business.
Lost their business. No compensation.
Hello, my name is Ijeoma Oparake, the founder of Ijeoma.com, the platform that amplifies the voice of African entrepreneurs everywhere. Today, as a guest on the Ijeoma Show, I invited Ijeoma to speak about how her business failed. Ijeoma is very candid about the situations and challenges that led to that failure, and I learned a lot. And that's the one thing I have to say. It takes no courage in my mind to talk about a success story, but I think it takes courage to be very candid about how something failed, how things went wrong. And I definitely appreciate that. This is a very entertaining interview, even though we're talking about a very serious subject. I love talking to Ijeoma. This is one of my favorite interviews. Enjoy. You moved to Nigeria in 2013. Why?
Because I wanted to start I was tired of America because I've lived in America since I was 13. So I was like, okay, let me try Nigeria. This would be an opportunity for me to get to know the country and, get to know the people. I was like, okay, I have this little money saved. So before I decided to move, I had an older sister that lived in Nigeria. So we both were talking about the kind of things that I can be doing. She was like, oh, the clothes, a lot of people are always looking for products, from America and all this stuff. So it sells really well here. So the first time I shipped some materials for her to sell, she sold them. And the only thing is that she sold them on credit. So some she collected, some she didn't collect. So I was like, okay, if we're going to do this, we cannot continue the credit selling or whatever. So after that, I had lost my job. I was like, okay, let me concentrate. I have enough time to do this full time. So me and her were like, okay, since we saw the business was going pretty well, people are calling, ordering things. Oh, can you buy this? We want this product and all that stuff. And one thing I learned after that is that don't ever believe what people tell you. They will tell you, buy this. This is what it's raining. This is what they need. When you get there, those people will be the first people to disappoint you. So after that, I was like, okay, let's find a location. We want to be known. We came up with a name for our business. We came up Dovin Exclusive. It was my first name. My first English name and her first English name combined together. I
like that.
Because mine is Dorothy and her, first English name is Vivian. So we call it Dovin, Exclusive. And we found a location in Enugu, New Heavens. That's with the part we found it. And, we paid the 1 year, I think it was 1 year or 2 years, rent. I don't remember. And, everything went pretty well. We found an agent that found the location. So it's not like my sister looked for the place on her own. And I started remodeling the place. I'm like, okay, we're so excited about it. And, in the meantime, I was shopping here, going to Didi's, Ross, and trying to find things that I was
Shopping here in Houston?
Yes. No, I used to live in California before I moved to Houston. I lived in the Bay Area. So after that, I finally, when everything was ready. So I moved home. We were excited. So we opened the store. We did like our grand opening on Saturday. And then Monday, I came to the shop. And they came and, and tagged my shop. I was like, what's going on? They marked X in front of my door. I was like,
Who's they?
The government.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was like, what's going on? Oh, the guy was like, Madam, don't you know that your apartment or your shop is on the road? We are expanding the road. So your apartments or whatever, your shop will be demolished.
What?
And that was it. I was like, excuse me? It's going to be demolished. We're expanding the road. So I was like, who is in charge of this? And, it's like...
When did this happen? Like, do you know what month?
It was in April.
April. And when did you start your shop again? What
April.
Month? Wait, as soon as you landed and started the shop.
Yes. So I did my grand opening. I invited people. I cooked. My sister ordered, catered some food, drinks. We did like grand opening and unveiled the whole, boutique. I opened a boutique selling women, children, shoes and, clothes and all that stuff. So we did the unveiling of the shop. And then on Monday, because Sunday, everybody is closed. So on Monday, that was when I came to the shop, and they came that they're demolishing the shop. I was like, really? Wow. You guys be kidding me? And they were like, yeah, they're demolishing no warning, nothing. Maybe they gave the owner, a warning that they're gonna expand the road or whatever. And Nigerians, they will never tell you. They just pocket the money and that's all. So I was like, okay. And then I tried to talk. And I'm even a member of a union because they make you join a union on that street for the people selling things.
So so when you moved to Nigeria, is this only in Enugu or?
Yeah, I was only in Enugu.
Okay, so this main street, they make all the shop owners join the union.
Yeah, it's by force. It's by force. You don't even have a choice.
And they collect money from you.
In Nigeria, even when you start building a fence, people just come. Oh, you have to do. Even in your own village, people want to get paid for nothing.
I see.
So after that, I started talking to my neighbors. What's going on? They say, my dear, when they come, you better collect your property and go. If not, your property is going with the caterpillar. And I was like, so nobody is fighting. We're not trying to talk to the people, to the government. Nobody wanted to do anything. I was like, what about the union? They started laughing at me. I was there doing Oyibo. So after that, I was like, okay.
Where'd you move your shop to?
After they demolished it, that was it. It killed my spirits because I'm like, okay, I don't have any more money to continue this business. They already demolished everything. My whole life savings went inside it already. So I haven't even enjoyed the shop. But then they didn't demolish it right away. But it was on Monday, 2 days after I opened, that they tagged. I went to talk to the engineer, the head engineer, to see what's going on. And I was like, who is in charge? I'm trying to talk to the person that is doing the contract, the government. And then they said, and the thing that irritated me, they had extended the measurement to the other side of the street. They would have gotten enough measurement. But then I was like, why can't you guys extend it? Nobody would be affected. They were like, oh no, there's no NEPA pole over there. NEPA is federal government. We are state government. We don't have time to start telling federal government to come and move this, pole over here. So as a result, everybody on my own side of the street
lost their business.
No compensation,
and
nothing.
This is 2 days after you started.
Yes. So
that is devastating.
So I would say it happened maybe 2 months after they tagged my shop. That was when they actually demolished it, because they started demolishing from the down the street. So as they walked up, they demolished more and cut more off. So that was it. So every day you come, you just watch, and you're like, okay, they still have few more blocks. Before they get to mine. And then after that, I just took all my stuff and then I left, and that was it.
You moved to Nigeria because your older sister told you that you could start a business there and you'd be successful.
Yes. And a lot of people have told me here that there's a lot of money in Nigeria, which we're not disputing. You can make a lot of money in Nigeria, but the problem is finding the right connection and not trusting anybody. That's one thing I learned in this whole experience. People will promise you things and nobody ever comes, to your rescue. People, when you call them, even before I went back to Nigeria, even the people that used to live in America that you knew back from America, when you get to Nigeria, you call them, oh, I'm coming home. Oh, okay, come home. Come join us. There's a lot of money. And then you get there, you call them, they will never call you back.
I see.
So, and you're like, isn't that, Emeka that I used to pick up from, his work in America, and now he's in Nigeria, he doesn't even care.
I see.
So people, you see the mentality changes when you get to Nigeria. You start acting like a Nigerian if you want to survive there. If you go there, start doing
acting like a Nigerian. What do you mean?
What I mean is that you have to fight. You have that survival mode. You have to bring it in.
Hustler.
Yeah, you have to hustle. You don't trust nobody. You do whatever. Everything is. People are always aggressive over nothing they shouldn't be aggressive about, and it's just really, really sad. You can't just be trying to be all nice, Americanized. The law doesn't apply to anybody. So there's nothing like the law. Like here, you break the law, you go to jail. In Nigeria, you break the law, nothing happens. I can just come because I don't like you. I can just go to the police and give police some money and say, okay, go and beat her up because I don't like her. And they will just come to your house and beat you up for nothing or arrest you for nothing. I see. And nothing happens. You can't do that in America or abroad, anywhere abroad. Yeah, so that was how I lost my shop. And then after that, I was like, okay, let me try to find a job in the meantime, because now I'm running out of cash. And when you come from America and go to Nigeria, borrowing money from somebody in Nigeria, if you come to them and say, oh, no, I'm so broke right now and I run out of cash. Can you give me 5,000 naira? I'll give it to you later. They insult me, eh? Insult me. You came all the way from America to insult me. Insult me. Me that should be asking you to give me money. You come borrow from me. That's what they're gonna say to you.
I see.
So being stranded in Nigeria without money, oh my gosh, you don't ever. Yeah, it's terrible. So I was like, okay, let me try to find a job, and I was like, everywhere you go, you meet somebody. They say that they want to sleep with you because you're a girl. Or they're like, oh, okay, come back tomorrow. And then you keep on wasting gas and, going there tomorrow. There's never tomorrow. You get there, they're not there. Maybe you get there, you have to go through security, and then at the end of it, you're still not going to see the person. So after that, I was like, it was frustrating.
How many months did you search for a job? Because you said that they demolished your shop 2 months after April, right?
Yes. Then after that, even while I was in Nigeria, I was like, look, I can be doing other things besides the shop, because I hired a salesperson to be managing the thing for me. I was like, okay, while she's doing that, I can also find other jobs and make connections, because you can't just depend, people say you don't watch Masquerade from one point, you move around. so I was trying to do that. So I guess I can say I started looking for a job before I even went back, because some people that I'll talk to and be like, oh, send me your resume. And then you send them your resume, nothing. So after that, I was like, okay, in June, I was like, okay, let me come back, because I needed a car. I didn't have a car in Nigeria because, because a few months before I came home, armed robbers took my sister's car at gunpoint. So right now, both of us, we had no car. So I was riding the bus, riding keke, fighting on the bus over nothing or whatever, arguments. And after that, I was like, okay, let me come back. Let me sell my car and, try to see
sell
what
your car in America.
Yeah, in America, because I need, and then go to Nigeria and buy a car, or see if I can ship it, or, let me just see what I can do. Organize more things here and see, I don't know, but I was like, okay, let me come back. But the main thing is I needed a car. So I was like, okay, let me come back and get my car.
So when you came back, you wanted to stay in Nigeria because you felt there was still money there.
I felt like there was still money.
Why did you feel there was still money though?
I feel like this. I think my mom, she talked me into. She was like, you don't want to give up. I've always known you to be the kind of person that is always fighting for what you want, and I feel like you're giving up. I was like, it's just that I don't have money. I said, okay, fine. I don't have a car. I was like, okay, fine. Let me come home and try to see if I can, get my car. I don't want to give up. But then after the whole stress I went through in Nigeria, I got to San Francisco airport and they were like, oh, welcome home. How was your trip? I was like, oh my gosh, I so freaking love America. I started appreciating America, because before I left, I was irritated with America. I'm like, okay, I'm so tired of here. I complained too much. But leaving America to go to Nigeria made me realize how wonderful this place is. And I came home. I was like, okay, the light works. Oh my gosh. I would turn on the lights just for nothing and turn it off. I'm like, I have the power to turn on the light. In Nigeria, they would take the lights anytime. And sometimes they would bring the lights and take it. It's like it's like flickering the light or whatever. And then sometimes your fridge will burn or something, your TV will burn because of the way, or they will bring the light. I think they call it, half current. And then it's like you can't even see anything it's like it doesn't even make sense why they have that light, because you can't even read anything. You can't even.
It's not strong enough.
Yeah, nothing.
But you were only in Nigeria from April to July.
I went first in January, and I stayed in January. I stayed there for like January, February, and then I came back, and that was when the construction was still going on of remodeling the whole place. And then I came back, and then to tidy some things here in America, and then I went back again in April. Yeah, that was when when they were almost done. I went back in April, and then I was like April, June, and then July I was like, okay, I'm coming back.
So that shop took all your savings, essentially?
Yes, my whole savings. So I came back.
You're building back your savings right now?
Yes, I came back. I was like, okay, I am broke. I need to find a job in America.
Would you try again?
I think for me, I'm not going to say I will never invest in Nigeria, but it's not something I'm willing to do at this point in my life. There are, like I said earlier, there are a lot of money to be made in Nigeria, but you just have to have that connection and you have to be there present. It's not something like I've seen people be like, oh, okay, I have businesses in Nigeria and you live in California or you live in Houston. I'm like, who is managing this business? Oh, I have a trusted sister or brother. And I'm like, no, you should be in Nigeria. I don't care if they're your relative, you should always be there. So right now, I'm not going to say, and then my whole family is here. My older sister finally moved back to America. She finally moved to America. So all my immediate family, they're all here. And I feel like right now it's not the right time for me to invest in Nigeria because I don't even know anybody there because I left when I was pretty young. So I don't know people there. I depended on my sister a lot because she grew up there. She was way older than me. She's like about 13 years older than me. So
Does your sister have business knowledge?
No, she's a professor.
Okay.
But in Nigeria, you don't need to have a business knowledge. You just, if you have the money, you start business from your living room.
It's true.
You just have to survive. So it's not like here where you go to school and then you try to look for a job in Nigeria. You do what you got to do.
Do you think, though, if you had proper advisement, like maybe somebody give you a heads up about that road or maybe not to go into boutiques?
And I spoke to them, but the thing is that when you talk to people, you get different, advice. People will always tell you, give you an advice based on their own experience. And, I received a lot of amazing experiences because, these are the people that I know that used to live here. They move back and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, they're doing pretty well. But people don't tell you the ugly side of Nigeria until you get there. People make it seem like, oh, it's really, really like, and then when I think about it, those people that give me those advice, they have what I call daddy in Nigeria that is helping, that have connections, that connected them. So me, I didn't come from money like many of them did. So it was easier for them to transition from America to, Nigerian system. If I'm to do it again, I wouldn't do clothing. I wouldn't do.
Let's talk about that because you told me before this chat that Nigerians only buy clothes twice a year.
I'm not
in Enugu anyway.
I think the reason why I said that is because you need to understand. I think when you decide to do business in Nigeria, understand the mindset of people before you go in there first. Clothing industry is already saturated.
Yeah.
And a lot of Nigerians are suffering. An average Nigerian makes like about, when I had my sales girl, I was paying her 10,000 naira a month. That's like about how much in America?
Quick insert here. In 2017, 10,000 naira at an exchange rate of 488 naira for $1 is $20.49.
And people on that, she was like, I'm even paying her a lot of money. Some sales girls, they're making 5,000 naira a month. I know 7,000 naira a month. So if you open a boutique in Nigeria, why would somebody that makes 10,000 naira come to your shop to buy a dress that is 5,600 naira or 5,000 naira, while they can go to Okrika and use 1,000 naira and buy a lot of used clothes? So that was the biggest mistake I made. I went into the business that is already saturated.
You didn't know before you got there.
Yes. And then a lot of people are doing this business thing, this sending clothes from America to give to their cousin to be selling for them. That's the thing I said I wouldn't have done. And then if you think of it, because most Nigerians are, they can afford it. So most of them, they actually, what they do is, some of them, they don't buy, like in America, see, if I have a wedding that is coming up this Saturday, I can just run to Macy's and find a dress and wear to the wedding. It's not like that in Nigeria. People borrow clothes. Like maybe I have a wedding in Nigeria and I don't have anything to wear. I can go to my neighbor that I know it's my size and say, Nebiko, can I borrow that your red dress you wore the other day? I have a wedding. There's this fine boy that will be there. That's how people operate. Okay. Maybe Christmas time they will get new clothes, Christmas outfits, or Easter they get Christmas outfit. And even people that can afford children, you have an older sister or whatever that, and then the mom gives birth to another child and it's a boy. The boy will be rocking a dress. That's how Nigeria works. So most people, one thing that I didn't know is that most people travel a lot nowadays, especially people with money. I mean, you have to have money to travel, so it's not especially people with money. So when I got to Nigeria, I noticed that those people that that was supposed to be my client that I'm supposed to be selling to, the high end kind of politicians and people with money. When they want to shop, they don't shop in Nigeria.
Shop in the UK or
yes, they hop on the plane and they go to Dubai.
Yeah.
They go to America, they go to London. And Dubai, you don't need a visa. You just, you don't need to stand in the line like American visa. So you can easily travel outside Nigeria. So a lot of them don't shop in Nigeria. So if I'm catering to them and they're coming here to shop, then I don't have customers.
So when you went in, you did not know your market?
I did not know my market. Yeah. I thought I did.
You thought you did.
Yes.
Until you got there and then you realized you didn't. So that's what you would say would be very important, like the most important thing.
You need to know who you're selling to.
And I know last time we spoke, you gave a cold stone example of like, you were talking about necessity and how a lot of Nigerians here start businesses over there that they don't need and they charge ridiculous prices and they fail. So if you could talk about that, I thought it was really smart.
I feel like when we want to do business here, we want to go to Nigeria to do business, we try to change Nigerians. Instead of us trying to understand the culture and changing our product to fit into the mindset of people that are using it. And I had said something about cold stone, and I feel like I don't think. Okay, for example, Cold Stone, they're inside this mall in Enugu. And Cold Stone here is like for ice cream, I think if you get like the medium one, it's like about $10. Sometimes it goes up to $15. It's very expensive. I mean, it's really good, but it's very expensive. Okay. And then I got to Nigeria. I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, they have Cold Stone here. And then I went there and there was a lady with her kids. They were waiting in line. I mean, I was behind them and she was in front of me. So the kids was like, oh, mommy, ice cream. So they just walked there before me. So the mom was like, oh, okay. She looked at the menu. She said, okay, how much are you selling your ice cream? The lady was like, 1,500 naira. She said, 1,500 naira. What ice cream? What ice cream? And then she says, let's go.
You're so funny.
So the kids, they started crying. And I'm like, oh no. Or whatever. But, because when I went to Nigeria, dollar was like about 130, 150 or whatever. So imagine 1,500 naira, how much it was in dollar. And I'm like, it's almost the same thing they're selling, ice cream here. And you're selling to people that can't even afford to, feed themselves for that amount of, money. So that was how they left. And the lady was like, ice cream where they go outside now and I buy 200 naira ice cream, 150 naira ice cream. Those ones that, the people that ride the bicycle. So that was it. I was like, and then I got there. It was my turn. The guy was like, I said, oh, okay, I won, what is it, strawberry cheesecake or whatever. Oh, we don't have strawberry. Okay, fine. I want banana. We don't have banana. Okay, I was like, why don't you tell me what do you have? And then I'll order from what you have, Yeah, so I feel like sometimes we try to, westernize everything that we're doing and we fail to understand. You need to understand the income of people that live in the area that you're trying to start a business. And even though it's hard to track it, unlike America, they track all those kind of stuff.
So you would need to go there. If you're serious
you need
about
to,
having
yeah,
business,
you need to go there
and study. Just immerse yourself and see real problems and then decide to offer a real solution to a necessity.
Yes, you have to be solving problem in Nigeria for you to be making money. And the problem, another thing that I saw, especially people here, is that we're so eager to make fast money when we go back to Nigeria because people keep on talking about, money, you can do this, I'll buy this. Oh, bring your iPhone. I'll pay you 250,000 naira for this iPhone. And you're like, oh my gosh, I paid for this iPhone, 150. I bought it on, Amazon. I can sell it this. It doesn't work that way. You have to be solving a problem. Let's say, for example, if I go to Nigeria now to start renewable energy stuff, something that people are gonna need. It's a necessity. We have to learn how to be patient to let our business grow. That was another thing. And, it's just that we go there. Oh, okay, I'll sell this. I've seen people go home for Christmas from here. And then they buy all these things they're going to sell. And you're planning to stay in Nigeria for like a month. Okay, if you're going to stay in Nigeria for a month, you have like about 50 cell phones you're trying to sell, or laptop, because maybe, that's the thing that is reigning at that time. Everybody wants that. They get there and they're like, okay, I need to sell this, sell all this before I come back. It doesn't work that way. If you're going to be there for a month, you cannot sell all those products because people will still owe you. You will see somebody be like, oh, okay, I'll take this phone, or whatever. Let me give you 50,000 naira now, and I'll bring the rest. And because they know you're not staying for long, you never see them again.
Exactly.
So if
don't sell on credit.
Don't sell on credit, but if you're going to go to Nigeria, invest in something that will yield money later, not something that is going to give you quick cash. Yeah, I mean, if you can make quick cash, that's awesome. But sometimes you end up not making that quick cash because you're so frustrated to come back to US, and maybe you went home with 50 laptops to sell, or you shipped it, because people usually ship things before they go. And then you have all that waiting, and you're like, okay, I'm leaving next week. I need to sell all these things before you start selling on credit, and you're losing money, and they know that you're leaving, so they're going to hold on to your money. I'll say if you're going there, spend time. So let it grow.
Although you experienced pretty much horrible things when you went. I mean, your shop getting an X on it 2 days after you opened. You would not be against someone going back and starting their own business. You would just tell them to be smarter.
Yes. I'm never going to say, because I don't expect my experience to be everybody else's experience. We all have, our destiny is different. It might work for you. It might not work. But especially if you haven't been to Nigeria for a very long time, you need to go first. You need to survey to see what you want to do. Don't just wake up and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to start this business in Nigeria. Go there, look at that business, see people that are doing it, and see what you can make, how you can make the business easier, and also at the same time save money. That would be my advice to the person. Just don't go. My initial advice would be like, no. Don't. Do not do it. But then I'll tell the person, just think about it. But I'll say go there first. Because there are a lot of money to make in Nigeria. There are.
I definitely thank you, Ijeoma, for telling me your story. Is there anything
else
you want to say?
Oh, you're welcome. No, really, think about it before you go to Nigeria and invest. And if you're going, make sure that you're not going to be waking up to 24 hours electricity. Make sure that, you're going to be fighting for things that you paid for or whatever. It's not like America where everything is organized. You get on the street, you're in your own lane. Everybody's on their own lane. People don't even know what lane is. Like even last time I was last time I was home, and then I was driving with my cousin in Abuja, and then he was driving in the middle of the lane. Like, and I'm like, I said to him, why are you driving on two lanes? He was like, what's that? I said, what I mean is that you're supposed to be driving. He said, this is not America. This is Nigeria. And I'm like, but would it make you lesser of a Nigerian if you drive, on your own lane? And because basically you're causing traffic. People are honking. And you're trying to, the Okada person, you're trying to knock him out. And I'm like, maybe if you drive on one lane, everything will go smoothly. So just understand, if you're going to go to do business in Nigeria, just understand it's not going to be smooth. And, you're going to run into a lot of drama. And, some of them are funny. Some of them are not. And
wait, before we end, you have to talk about the customs story. So I saw that you talked about slapping a customs agent on her trip back to Nigeria. So I have to ask her about it.
So the whole time I was in Nigeria, I had all these frustrating experiences, where you get here, oh, where's my luggage? Oh, madam, is my luggage on top of your head? But I paid for my luggage for you to ship it to me. And it's like all this kind of annoying drama. So the day that I was coming back, I got to the airport. Somebody dropped me off. And then the person was like, okay, let me go park. And then he sent his friend to, escort me inside. Before I got there, and the security guards, they were there. And they were like, have you paid the entrance fee? I said entrance fee. They said, how many people are traveling? I said, just me. So he said to the guy, he said to me, I have to pay for the guy that came with me to get inside the airport. We already just opened the door where we're checking in. So I was like, no, we don't pay airport tax, like, entrance fee. After that, the argument continued. I refused to pay, but the truth is that the guy ended up coming in with me. So I went through, then they started weighing my stuff. One of them was like, 1 pound, 1 kg over. And they made so much big deal. They still wanted me to take something out. I finally took some things out, and then I got to the custom because, there were 4 of them standing there. The first guy was like, madam, wait till you bring for me. Wait till you. So I gave that one 1,000 naira. And me, I was like, okay, fine, I'll give them something. Even though we shouldn't be doing so because we're encouraging such behavior that we should be paying, that's why we all get harassed because everybody end up paying something just because we don't want to waste the time to fight for it. So I gave the guy the 1,000 naira. He didn't even check my bags. He pushed it to the other 3 people left. And then there was hey, there was attachments. Like I had I think it was 10 or 15 attachments on top. Hey, where are you taking this? Where are you taking this attachment? I said, okay, I'm taking it with me. And they're like, do you know you're violating Nigerian law? I said, how? By exporting an imported good, how are you helping the economy? And I'm like, well, somebody got paid in the process, so. And they made so much. They were like, we're going upstairs now to declare it. We're going upstairs. And I think for me, the thing that irritated me is like the first person said to me, hey, madam, what do you get for me? At least if you want bribe, say you want bribe. And then I give it to you. Or if, But then don't start intimidating me. So they're like, we're going upstairs to declare this. You're going to. And then I was like, okay, fine. If I can't take it, let me give it to the person that I came with so they can take it back. Then the guy said to me, excuse me, he's an older guy. I am telling you, you violated Nigerian law and you're talking about giving it to somebody. Did I give you the permission to give it? And that was when I lost it. And I just snatched the whole thing, and then my fist went on his face like I lost it. And I snatched my expression hair, and I put it back. I dragged my bag out, and I'm like, I'm not taking anything out. There's no drug. The whole airport got quiet. Everybody was looking at me, but I was so irritated, and then I went crazy because I'm like, okay, I'm not about to go through this again. I've argued about, entrance fee, and I argued about 1 kg over, and now we're going over this. I lost it. And then I'm like, I'm not removing anything. Then there was a white lady, right behind. I said, did they search you? No, they did not harass you because you're white. You're white. Everybody. And I was like, I came home, the same thing. I was harassed. They said that according to Nigerian law, you cannot bring in anything new that is more than 50,000 naira. Who makes up this stupid law? Tell me, I don't know. I said I'm not removing anything, and nobody is searching my stuff. Because there's nothing illegal here, and I did not see any white person get searched on this airport. So everybody was looking at me. Everybody was like, what's going on? What's going on? So one lady, she came to me. It was Virgin Airline. And so I was going to London first. So the lady came to me and was like, Nne, calm down. Because if they say you're not going to take it, you can't go. I said, I'm checking in. So I went to the counter. I said to the person, you need to check me in now. He said he's not going to check me in until I'm done with the custom. They need to clear me up. I said, well, they're done. I need you to check me in because I'm not taking anything off. The lady was like, calm down. And then a few minutes later, the guy was like, so I was there. No, the line was not moving. I was like, nobody's checking in until I check in. And I was really, really annoyed. And then the guy was like, come here. So I came. He was like, you can carry your stuff. Go. All this gara way they do here. We need to, we don't allow this kind of gara. I'm trying to explain to you what the Nigerian law says, and all of a sudden, gara. You can take it and go, but next time we will make you go upstairs and declare those stuff. I said to him, I don't have a problem declaring anything. It's just that I feel like you were trying to intimidate me because I'm very tiny, telling me I don't know my right to give my attachment that I pay for to somebody, and that was the part that irritated me. So that was how I ended up, they ended up checking me in. And then I went back, and then through security, even the ones that would say, okay, put your bags here, and then walk through. And then the security thing is not working. Then you have to go back. It was crazy. And then after that, I just collected all those things. I gave that guy back. I put it back in my carry-on. And then I just went, I was like, I'm done with this country. And then, because usually those people that check you in before you get on the plane, they're there again, checking you again.
The same people?
Yeah.
So they remembered you?
Yeah, so everybody remembered me. Even when there was this Yoruba guy that I saw, he was flying to New York. He was like, "What was that all?" Because when I did that, the whole place got quiet. He was like, "What was that about?" I was like, "Over attachment, expression here." He was like, "Damn, I should have fought with you because I just paid like about, I think he said like a 3,000 or 5,000 naira for the ones that he bought for his mom." He was like, "If I had known you were fighting for attachment, I would have helped you fight." And so me and him, that was how I even saw him yesterday at the concert here in Houston. So that was how then the lady, when I was about to get on the plane, she was like, "Hey, they weighed my stuff again. Nani, the 1 kg is back." She was like, "Ah, madam, why are you making our job so difficult? Why are you making our job so, I specifically told you to." I said to her, "You know what, get out of my face. Like, I'm really, really done with this country. Like, I just push her, and then I kept on walking. Like, I was like, I'm done." Just finally got in. I was like, whew, finally, I'm leaving this country. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to come back. Even though I'm going home to sell my car and see what I can do to come back. And then I got to the airport in America. They were like, "Oh, welcome home. How was your trip? Where did you go?" I was like, oh my gosh, I so freaking love America. Like, no stress.
And you haven't been back since?
Nope. And I don't have the desire to go anytime soon. I'm not saying I'm never going to go to Nigeria.
Of course.
But right now I need to recover financially.
It's true.
Yes. So
it's only 3 years later.
Exactly. And then at the same time, I don't have immediate family. I just, there. I have like uncles, cousins or whatever, but it's not like I'm close to my uncles or cousins. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay.
So before, let's say you decide in like maybe 2 or 3 years
Mm-hmm.
to go back,
Mm-hmm.
you are building up connections right now because that's what you need to succeed. You're not the only person who's told me this. A lot of people have told me this, that you need connections to succeed in Nigeria. So you would be working on those connections now.
Yeah, you need connections to succeed. But the thing is that you know your true connection when you get there. Because people can promise you heaven and earth until you get there, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm alone. So build whatever you want to build. Call people as much as you want to call them. Until you get there, then you know who your true friends are or who your true connection is.
That's fair. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much, Ijeoma, for telling me
thanks for having me.
Thank you for being so honest.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate that.
If you like this interview and would want to know more, please sign up for my email list at Enugu.com. Thank you.